second week of January 2017, and welcome to episode 3 of the CombatReel podcast. We cover everything in the world of Muay Thai and Kickboxing. Today I'm talking to two ladies, both of which could probably kick my ass. First, I'm talking to Liz Silveira of Team Hard Knocks up in Hyde Park, Massachusetts. And then I'm going to be talking to Maria Kritikos out of Baan Muay Thai. Liz and Maria are fighting this weekend in No Boundary for the No Boundary Flyweight title. So enough of this chit-chat, let's get to it.
Hello?
Hey, Liz. Hi, this is Alfredo with CombatReel. How are you?
Oh, good. How you doing?
Awesome. So you've got to be pretty excited. You have a title fight coming up on January 14th in your backyard in Melrose.
Yes, I'm excited.
How's training going?
It's good. It's like, it's intense. Obviously, the last 3 weeks are usually the hardest, but when, the athletes peak. But it's good. I just can't wait to fight, though, because the training is the hardest part, really.
You're a veteran at this point. I mean, you have 12 fights under your belt, I think. I know you fought for the Lion Fight Promotions, the biggest U.S. Muay Thai promotion. But, I'm sure there's still plenty of folks out there that haven't seen you fight. So why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and about your fight style?
I was always interested since I was probably 18 in Muay Thai. So this was probably over 10 years ago. But I wanted to do martial arts, but I wasn't sure. So I was looking up at the time. I think it was 2005 or something, 2006. So I was looking up at the time I like boxing, but I wanted something that utilizes everything, but it was brutal at the same time. Karate is good, but I wanted something a little bit with the style of boxing, but I wasn't sure. So then there was that show, Fight Girls, that was on Oxygen. I don't know if you ever know that show.
Of course I know that show.
Okay, so, yeah, I feel like that show, and there was another show, it was with these two guys that would go around testing out martial arts or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Oh my god. I know exactly what you're talking about. One of the guys was like a football player, but the other one had like a BJJ background. And there's one episode where they go to Thailand, and they have to at the end of the episode, one of them has to fight one of the Thai guys, right? Yeah.
It was those guys. And so I was watching that, and I was like, that's what I want to do. I was like, I want to do that. And so, and then at the same time, they had the Fight Girls. They didn't have, women in fighting. It's like there's better fighters now, but it's still a little taboo, So especially back then, where it was like this reality show about women fighters, and it was Muay Thai, which is on top of it. So they had, Gina Carano was on there, but she was on the show Ring Girls before that, but then there was Miriam Nakamoto, who I really liked, and I saw her back then, and there was a few, Felice Herrig, I think, was on there too. So, these girls, I thought it was the coolest thing, so I'd watch the show, and then I just I was so fascinated, because I remember they're shadow boxing, tree leaves or something, and I was like, I want to do that. So then I think I looked up Muay Thai, and I was reading about it, and then there was one in Dorchester. I just wanted to do Muay Thai. I didn't want to do jiu-jitsu. I just want to do this. And so the one that was focused on it was Boston Muay Thai Academy in Dorchester. But I was I looked it up, it's Bill Newcomb and Steve Soriano, the trainer crew. They're both crews. So I was too intimidated to go. I was 18, 19 at the time. So I delayed. I really wish I started when I was 18, though, but I was too scared, because I've never done it. I thought it was just for guys,
Is that what scared you?
So
you thought it was more like a guy thing? You didn't think there were going to be other girls doing it?
Right, yeah, because the guy didn't want to walk in there and they just look at you well, what the hell are you doing here? You don't belong here, or something stupid like that, So I was just, I've never done it, so, I wasn't a competitive person in martial arts. So years went by, and then I got this job, and I met Jake Manini. So I still training with him, and he's a trainer now, and he's a professional fighter, but he hasn't fought in a while. And so he started working, I started working with him, and then one day he was he said something about his his leg hurting or something. I was like, he's like, it really hurts. And I was like, oh, why? And then he's like, you're not going to really know, but it's this thing I do called Thai boxing. It's like I was like, oh, you do Muay Thai? And then, I knew about it. I was like, oh, you know what it is? I was like, yeah, I've always wanted to do it. Like, where do you go? Like, and then he told me where he went. But he also told me that he was a trainer at Fight Zone, which was in Kingston. So it was kind of closer to me. So I was like, yeah, I want to try it. So for me, it was more comfortable because I knew someone, and it was, like, closer. You know what I mean? So he started teaching me first, and then I went there. But it was more like an MMA gym, but he taught the Muay Thai program there. And then I really loved it. Like, it was like an obsession. You know what I mean? Like, I was, like, so obsessed with learning everything about it. And I only did it, like, twice a week. And I was, like, really out of shape, so it was really hard, you know?
Oh, so, yeah. I mean, at the beginning, it's hard for everyone at the beginning.
Yeah, like, I completely, like, it really sucked, you know? But I was determined to get it, you know what I mean? Like, I was intimidated at the same time, but determined. So then, I forgot what happened, but he was going back to school full time, so his availability was shortened. And I wanted to continue just doing Muay Thai, and so he wasn't going to be at the Fight Zone gym. So then I was like, you know what, I want to try going to Boston Muay Thai. So then I was like, who do I ask for? He said, ask for Bill Newcomb when you get there if you go in the morning. So I went. I was, like, really scared because I've always wanted to try, you know, to go there. And I was nervous, and I went up the stairs in a park, Columbia Road, Dorchester, very bad area. And then I tried to find it. I finally found it. Went up the stairs, talked to Bill Newcomb, and then just started training there. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was like a fate in a way because I met someone that goes there. You know?
Yeah, you're meant to do it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I feel like I am. So then, so I trained there for years, and then Bill and Steve, they separated. So Bill got his own gym, Hard Knocks Muay Thai MMA, in Hyde Park, Boston. And because I primarily trained with Bill, you know, he spent time with me and showed me a lot, and you know, taught me a lot, and took over after Jake, you know. So then I went to I just followed him, you know, and then started training at Hard Knocks. I think that was about almost 3 years ago. So combination probably about 5 to 6 years of training, I think. So when I finally got to Hard Knocks, I felt like I wanted to challenge myself more, and that's when I was able to get a fight, you know.
Wow, so you've had a lot of fights in a short period of time then.
Well, I think that my first fight, I think I was like 26. So I trained for like 2 years before I got my first fight because I was like too scared. You know, I was like too scared. I wasn't like, I don't know. I was like, I can't do it. And then there came a point where I felt more confident, and I wanted to test myself, even if it was in front of people and in front of fight someone I don't know who could beat my ass or whatever. I just wanted to try it, you know. So then, I finally did it. I think it was 2 years ago. I was 26 years old.
Yeah,
and
that's a good number of fights in that amount of time. That's. I mean, I have to tell you, it's so funny to hear you say that. You know, the sort of being scared and the intimidation, because I've seen some of your fights, and you do not strike me as someone that's. I mean, you're really come forward. You don't strike me as someone that is intimidated or scared. You know,
really?
about any situation.
Which fight did you see?
Fight in Lion Fight, and then I saw one fight that you had online, which is the craziest thing. I wanted to talk to you about this because I didn't realize people did this. It was you actually fought Muay Thai rules, but it was in a cage.
You saw that fight? That was a good fight.
I did.
Oh, no, that was, which one? I fought in a cage twice, so I don't know which. Is it the one with Brandy, like the recent one, or there was another one I fought in New York in a cage?
No, this wasn't New York. This wasn't New York. This was a different venue.
Oh, New Hampshire. Okay.
New Hampshire. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, I saw that one, and you you definitely were coming forward. You weren't scared. I mean, first of all, how is it to fight Muay Thai in a cage? Because I've always trained basically in a ring, And, there's sort of, for people that don't do the sport, there's kind of a pretty big difference as far as cutting angles and that sort of stuff. It's just, a different area that you're fighting in. How is that?
It's different. It's kind of like sacrilegious. Like, it's like against Muay Thai. You know what I mean? It's like, what? But I mean, it's a fight. I wanted to do it, but, yeah, it's different because it's not square. It's like an octagon. You enter differently. You can't feel the ring.
I know, no white crew, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and it's kind of like, okay, you just go in there. I don't know. The rules, I feel like the rules are honestly different when it's like that, like the way the judges do stuff.
I know. I watched some fights. I've watched some of those. I've watched other fights that have, in cages that are Muay Thai rules. And, the judging and the refereeing can be all over the place. I've seen, flash knockdowns being counted as knockdowns, way early breaking on the clinches. You really can't clinch against the ropes because there's no ropes. It's it's a completely different world. Yeah, and it is kind of antithetical to Muay Thai. But it's if your options are either not fight or fight in a cage, you fight in a cage, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do it. That was a good opponent I had. I like Brandy. I respect her a lot, and I thought it'd be a good fight. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I mean, cage, whatever. I fought in a cage before that too, so I was like, I guess I know what it's like.
Yeah, that's to me. That just sort of blew my mind because it's something in New York has enough. So I'm in the New York area, so there's enough promotions here that do strictly Muay Thai that the fights happen in a ring.
Oh, right.
So that's sort of what I grew up with.
Uh-huh.
But so watching folks other places fight in a cage is kind of weird. But I mean, you have to be excited now. This is finally there's a Muay Thai promotion up in your neck of the woods, up in Boston.
Finally, right? Thank God. Like, how long did that take?
It's crazy, right? You probably had a better chance of seeing a Muay Thai fight going out to the bars than actually going to a venue. Yeah.
I fought a lot in New York too. So.
Yeah, so I know a lot of you guys up there are forced to basically come down here, to fight, which I think has to probably be tough, right? Because you can't get all of your friends and family to come out and cheer for you. You're always sort of you're not going to have as many people in the audience rooting for you.
Yep, you're always the underdog, and people don't like you if you're from Boston, so they boo you. Well, I was booed once because they're from Boston, so I was like, they're booing me.
Did it bother you?
Yes, because it was only my second fight. It was like my second fight, and I fought for Friday night fights, right?
Yeah, Friday night fights.
This girl that I fought, she's from I don't know, I think she's from Brooklyn, I don't know, but she's from the area, so she had tons of her people in the crowd. I think I had two people that knew me, and once they called me in, they just like booed me. I was like, what did I do to you people? So I was really, really scared. That was hard, I can't believe I even took that fight, but.
Oh, but you have to. Fighting for Friday night fights is kind of something you got to do when you're on this coast. Lots of big names have fought there.
No, I mean, yeah, I haven't fought since then at Friday night fights, but I would like to. But it's a tough crowd. Like, it's like really rough, Well, to me it was.
It's just because you're out of town, and people are bringing in their teammates and their gym mates, and but you're not going to have that problem on the 14th, right? I'm assuming you're going to have plenty of people out in the audience rooting for you.
Yeah, I have more people from my gym, probably some friends, and maybe some family. So it'll be good at least.
Does your family understand your why you're into Muay Thai? Are they supportive of it? Is it something that it's neither here nor there for them?
Do they understand? Probably not understand, but some of my family, like my cousins, they like it. I think it's cool. They have a lot of questions. My mom likes it to a point, but when I'm like, I think one of the fights my nose got bloodied or something, and she didn't like it anymore. So I was like, no, it's just a bloody nose. It's not a big deal. I've gotten that in training, but like she's like, oh, don't do it anymore. Like you fought too much or something. Like, why don't you just always wear headgear? Like I'm like, I don't like to do that. So sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. So, and my dad doesn't really like it that much either. So.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's I think unless your parents are really into the sport, I could totally see that.
Yeah. Because I'm the only girl. I'm the youngest, so I don't think like my dad he doesn't like it. I'm his only girl.
How many siblings do you have?
I have two older brothers.
Oh, so you grew up fighting then?
Well, yeah. I grew up in. I guess my brother's picking on me, and crying because of it. They feel really bad about it now, but yeah, I was a lot younger than them, and they were bossy, and sometimes we would fight. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Now you could probably give them a run for their money if you guys got into the ring together.
Yeah, I could beat them up, both of them, and they know it. They don't mess with me anymore.
So I want to talk a little bit about your opponent. She's 5-0. I think she's coming off of a title win for the New England Women's Strawweight Muay Thai Championship. I think it's going to be a great fight, like I said, because from what I've seen of both of you guys are come forward fighters. You do bring the action, both of you. What do you know about Maria, and are you doing anything specific to prepare for her?
I know her. Well, I know where she trains out of Baan Muay Thai. I know Crew Mark Clem.
Mm-hmm.
But he used to be the trainer and fighter for Muay Crew, so kind of know each other for years. Well, he's known Bill and everyone, the guys that are above me longer. So it's our guys have fought their guys, and vice versa. Or we've had some of his guys come to our gym or whatever to train, kind of like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't really know Maria particularly, but I know of her style probably because through Mark. So I've seen her fight. She's really good, very aggressive, good Thai style. So I know Mark is a good Thai. He's a traditional in your face, you don't retreat kind of, which is I like that.
Right.
So as far as training specifically for the fight, definitely, I have to have good conditioning, and just being as aggressive and not retreating, because I guess aggressiveness, wins points here. So I just have to, what's the word? Impose my will.
Impose your will. I like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah. I know I have really good technique, and I have but we both have it. So I think it's going to be a really good back and forth fight, and it's going to be a really, really good co-main event. We should be the main event, but it's going to be really good.
Well, I think it's going to be a really good co-main event. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be there for sure. I'm not going to miss it. I think what I'm interested in seeing is how you guys match up in the clinch. I think that's going to be really interesting because you guys are come forward kind of fighters. And I love the clinch game, so I think that's going to be interesting. So, do you have any aspirations of going pro or?
Yeah, I want to do. I definitely want to have a good base with the amateur fight. Only thing I do want to go pro, but I know, it might be. It seems like when you're amateur, you can get fights more easily than you're pro. Well, I don't know. That's what I've seen. That's what I've seen because the amateur fights you can fight very frequently, often. With the professional fights, not as often. You know what I mean? Unless you go to Thailand or international, but.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know any local girls that are pro Muay Thai fighters that are around this area. Not too many.
Yeah, there really. That's a really good question. There really aren't that many. The reason behind it is that for most of these shows, it's easier for them to make their money back putting on maybe one pro fight and then having an amateur undercard. Because you don't have to pay the fighters, and you can still draw the local folks. It's to really be able to get fights, you need to be signed by one of the big organizations. Get a contract with the Lion Fight, or like you
Yeah.
said, you got to go and fight international, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, there's a lot of really good talent, especially when it comes to women's Muay Thai. There's fantastic talent in Europe.
Yeah, I know. But like that, the thing though is like, I mean, you can go pro whenever, I guess. But you want to have like a good base because once you go pro, you can't go back. So I want to get like at least like a really really good, like a better record, and just get a lot better from my amateur, to pilot on, and then so when I go pro, I'll have experience at least fighting instead of having like 10 amateur fights and going pro, because like you can go pro against a girl that has had 50 fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like going in with only a few. I don't know. That's just how I see it.
No, I totally get it. I think that makes a lot of sense. You're going in there with people that have a lot of experience, and this is, in a lot of ways, this is an experience game, right? It's the more comfortable you are in there. Yeah. Well, so you have a great opportunity here to sort of notch one on your belt. I mean, beating Maria, I think, giving her first loss would be pretty big, I think. And getting that belt would be awesome bragging rights.
That I'll only brag until I get the belt and I defend it, because that's what makes a true champion to me.
Oh, awesome. I love to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
That is that's awesome. So what's this zombie hunting? So I've been obviously I've been stalking you obviously on social media.
That's a joke. I don't know. I was like into zombies like years ago, and I used to read the zombie survival guide books.
Yeah.
But that was before like The Walking Dead became really popular. So now it's like zombies a thing. So now I'm anti-zombie because everyone likes it. So stupid. I'm just weird. I don't know. I'm just weird like that. So I put it up like years ago, and I never like took it out because that was kind of funny. I don't know.
Yeah, that
doesn't particularly mean anything.
I figured, but it's I've always liked zombies even before the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I saw the like one of the remakes of the original Night of the Living Dead, Cesar Romero's.
Uh-huh.
And I even saw the black and white one, and I just fell in love with that as a kid when I saw that. This is like 100 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I loved zombies ever since. And then but I think I was like one of the last people to get onto The Walking Dead. I am into The Walking Dead now, but I guess now
it's show, but it's overhyped. You know what I mean? Like, all right. Like, everyone likes it now. It's like, oh God. I like being my own, anymore. Unique. Yeah, it's not cool anymore. The mass likes it. No, I like zombie movies, scary movies. Zombies really scare me, actually. It's
really
pretty pathetic. Yeah, because everyone has a fear, like a ghost movie or whatever. Those are scary, but to me, like a zombie is truly terrifying. So like my brothers used to play like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Like, years ago.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't play, like I can't play those games, so I'd watch him play, and I get really scared. So like the first Resident Evil, second, third, whatever, PlayStation 2, whatever. So then I would try to play, and I can't do it. I get scared, and I'm like, all right, I can't do this. You know what I mean? Because I got it when I had the Wii. I got it, and it's like more interactive. So it was like the one where the zombies, it was like in Spain, so they were speaking Spanish. And I don't know. I couldn't do it anymore, so I just gave up on the game.
That's so funny. I remember playing like the first Resident Evil. That game was I mean, be honest, it was scary back then, right? Because it sort of had like that cool plot line, and then they do those things where the zombies would pop up at you when you weren't expecting it.
Uh-huh.
So, and I already like zombie movies, so I'm totally with you. Like I love zombie movies, but but I don't know if they scare me. I'm more scared of these guys. I don't remember a few years back there were those dudes like in Florida that was taking the bath salts and they were like eating people's faces.
Like a zombie.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, that's
and
scary.
Zombies are scary because it's contagious. Like, if someone, you can get, or it spreads, and it's like people are so, people are stupid. They panic. So, like, one person gets it, then the masses get it, and people panic, and then you got to kill people that you know because they're going to try to eat you. I don't know. That's just scary to me.
Yeah, so what do you think? Is the right thing to go to an island?
Because zombies can swim, so no. When I read the Zombie Survival Guide book, it said zombies can walk underwater and, like, float somewhere.
That
and they'll
seems
float
so
to an
hard.
island.
It seems like really
Yeah.
hard, depending on what island you're at, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they're
you
not
have
gonna
to go
make
like
it to
to
Hawaii.
Fiji.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Hawaii. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna make it. So
Yeah.
what do you? Or should you go? Should you go north, like to the cold? Can they handle that?
No, because I watched this zombie movie. It was a German zombie movie. Nazi zombies, and they were in the cold.
Nazi zombies.
They were Nazi zombies. So like, they were like the Nazis in Germany, like dead, but they came back to life. So and they were in the cold and the snow, and they were surviving and killing the regular people.
That sounds like one really weird movie.
It's not a complete horror movie. It's horror comedy, something like that. I don't know.
Oh, okay, all right. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so you obviously have a bigger breadth of knowledge of some of these zombie movies than I do.
Yeah, this one on Netflix is new, so I would order a lot of movies and watch them.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So listen, it was really great talking to you. I think you're gonna have a fantastic fight. You know, it's gonna be. I think both headlining fights are gonna be awesome fights. So you know, anyone that hasn't gotten tickets should get tickets and get out there. And it's an excuse to party in Boston too. I mean, you know, it's pretty
Melrose,
close.
yeah, it's pretty close to Boston.
Yeah. That's. I mean, I'm gonna trek it all the way up there from New York.
All right. See you.
Take care. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get Maria.
Hello.
Maria, how are you? It's Fredo with CombatReel.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi. Yep, I can hear you.
Awesome. How's it going?
It's good. It's good. We're having a bit of a blizzard right now, so I'm just happy I made it home.
Oh, awesome. Well, not awesome that you're having a blizzard. Awesome you made it home.
Yep.
It's all rain down here in New York. So I guess we got lucky.
Oh, yeah. We're already having a couple, like maybe probably 4 inches already, and it started at 10.
Oh,
probably more than that.
That sucks.
Yeah, I actually did get stuck on the way, but I had my neighbor push me up the rest of the hill. So.
Oh, well, awesome. Well, I'm glad you're home. I'm glad we were able to make this happen. I'm so stoked.
Yeah.
We tried a few times here to touch base, and it just it proved to be a little difficult, but we finally got you on, so I'm pretty excited.
Yep.
So,
yeah, me too.
So you got to be pretty excited. You're getting ready to fight Liz Silveira for the No Boundary Women's Flyweight title on January 14th.
Yep.
So it's been a little while since you fought, right? It's I know you had a pretty active first half of 2016, but it's been a
little slow.
Right? So why is that?
It was just nice to have a bit of a break, and I had, vacation and whatnot for the summer, so it actually wasn't too bad. And, then having to go back on a diet is not the funnest thing in the world.
Yeah, no one likes to diet.
No.
I don't blame you. But so your last fight was actually for a title also, right? This is like back-to-back title fights for you.
Yeah, actually.
So you won the, I think, New England Muay Thai women's strawweight title in your last fight.
Yep. Yes, I did. Yeah.
So you're moving up in weight for this one. You're fighting. This is going to be flyweight, right? So you're moving up 5 pounds in weight.
Yep, that's what the coach says.
What's the reason for that?
I'm not actually sure. I think it's just that was the opportunity we had handed to us, and just to get another belt would be nice around my waist. That would be awesome. And there's not too many opportunities to find fighters for me at this point.
Yeah. So that's hopefully making the weight cut a little easier.
Yes, it is, definitely.
How much do you usually cut?
Not too much, actually. I usually stay below 130, so getting to like 115 isn't too hard. It'll be like 5-10 pounds here and there.
Yeah, and I think this fight's at 120, so that should be a piece of cake for you.
Oh yeah, I'm already getting down there.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, you go outside, you can shovel your driveway, and you'll be there.
Yeah, if I do it with a sauna suit.
So you're gonna be fighting Liz Silveira, who, by the way, is hilarious. I spoke to her.
Oh, nice.
So do you know Liz?
No, actually, I do not. I have fought a few other people who have fought her, though. She looks like she has great sportsmanship and, fights well. Looks like a tough opponent.
Is there anything about her style or her game that you're looking out for that concerns you?
Yeah, actually, I saw one of her fights, and she seems to be an aggressive person, like very moving forward all the time, doesn't back off at all. So I'm looking into trying to defeat that.
Yeah. So I've seen some of your fights and I've seen some of her fights. I think that's right. I mean, that would be my assessment too. She's a very aggressive fighter. She moves forward. I think you're going to have the reach advantage. You're a little taller than she is.
I'm kind of excited about that. Yes.
Yeah. I think and I think if I'm not that I've seen every one of your fights, but from the ones that I've seen, I think if there's on Liz's side, the game plan maybe to try to get to you kind of early, because I think at least in your last fight you kind of had a slow start.
Yeah.
You seem to be pretty good at sort of changing your game plan or sort of changing your strategy in the middle of a fight, at least based on the last fight.
Yeah, I think sometimes I have to be that way because you don't know what's going to happen. Even though this girl seems like she's very aggressive and in my, she might be in the face and always going forward, she might decide to change it up a little bit. And I always consider the first round my learning segue.
Yeah.
And then I figure out what to do after that.
Yeah, that's a very traditional approach. You guys over there at Baan Muay Thai have a pretty traditional approach to Muay Thai. So from what I've seen, you have a very conventional approach. I think you're pretty good at keeping distance. If I was Liz, I think I'd try to get in your face early. And if I was you, I think I'd try to keep the distance. But one of the places that I'm sort of interested to see how you guys are going to match up is in your clinch. You have a pretty good clinch.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so you've worked on that a lot?
As much as I can. We have a relatively new gym, and so a lot of people there don't really know how to clinch. So it is a little hard to get practice in it. But I do like it. I do think I'm pretty strong upper body-wise, and it's fun.
Yeah, so I saw you fight. I think you had a fight in Wichita, Kansas. I want to say the girl's name was Kelsey Atkins.
Yeah.
And you just dominated her in the clinch in that fight. It's that fight you weren't allowed to knee to the face, right?
That one I think I was allowed to knee to the face. There were no elbows in that one though.
Got it. Because there were a few points there that I thought you could have probably, actually kneed her in the face, and that would have been the end of that. But you definitely dominated her in the clinch. It looks like she was more of an MMA background, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I was told, and it, for MMA, she would have probably done better against me, I think. But yeah, I definitely think I out-clinched her by a lot.
It's actually funny watching the video because you could tell that she was the hometown girl, because
hometown hero.
Oh my God, the announcers were all over her, and I'm watching this and I'm like, well, what fight are you guys watching? I thought it was a pretty dominant performance by you.
Yep, and I had like 5 people cheering for me, and that was it.
So you got to be excited to be a little closer to home now.
Yeah, it's going to be great because then I have more people that can, more of a cheering crowd for me and more support, and more people who have been there at the gym with me, helping me, are going to be there. It's going to be awesome. It is a little bit more pressure, but I'm pretty excited to have a crowd.
Yeah, I could imagine. It's there's going to be a few of you guys from your gym fighting on that card, right?
Yes. Yep. So
that's got to be pretty exciting.
Yep, that's going to be new for me too. Usually it's just me, so I'm pretty happy I have my teammates training and fighting with me.
That's awesome. So are you worried at all about having a little bit of ring rust, having sort of not fought in a little while?
No, I think that
it was good for me to have a little bit of a break. I definitely think that I had enough fight camp time that I can work my way back up to optimum shape.
So what did you do in your break?
I did get to go on vacation. I went to Greece for a little over a month and just did a little bit more traveling. I went to Nebraska for a week.
Nebraska? That's kind of random.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. I had a friend that lived there, so I just went to visit her and kind of take a break from everything. And yeah, just been working otherwise.
Awesome. So what do you do for a living?
I work part-time at a restaurant and part-time at a farm.
Oh, cool. You said a firm? Like what kind? Like a law firm?
No, farm.
Oh, farm.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I misheard you.
It's okay.
Oh, that's really cool, actually.
Yeah, it's a goat farm.
A goat farm? So like,
yeah.
like milking goats?
Yep, and they're pretty big, so they're a handful sometimes.
Yeah, but see, you just got to use them to work that clinch game.
Yeah, they tend to. The females are heavier than I am, so it might work for me.
That's absolutely awesome, man. I just we got to get some like footage of you in your full garb going after
Oh jeez.
going after those goats. So do you get like free goat's milk and like cheese and stuff?
My boss is actually a breeder, so she sells them.
Oh.
And but she breeds them for dairy, so there is dairy milk that we get sometimes, and she does sell the milk to a cheese maker. So that's pretty cool.
That is, yeah. I love goat cheese. I love every kind of cheese, but I love goat cheese. That stuff is
me too.
Awesome.
Me too. I miss cheese. I miss cheese right now.
What's your diet? Yeah, I know, right? I'm torturing you. Sorry.
No, it's okay. My diet really just consists of protein, veggies. I can have fruit, obviously, just kind of lean and healthy.
And do you have any cheat days, or are you strict the?
Yeah, I can have a little bit. Like for Christmas, obviously, I cheated a little bit. Don't tell my coach. And
don't worry. No one listens to this podcast anyway, so you're safe.
Oh no. But yeah, just a little bit of cheating. I don't like to overdo the cheating because then I have no willpower if I do that.
Yeah, right. I find that that's the case, right? So if I'm good until I put that first cookie in my mouth, and then it's like 4 or 5 cookies later, I'm crying.
Yeah, it's like all or nothing.
Right? Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm just better off staying away from it. So what's your go-to cheat meal?
Oh, my go-to cheat meal. Oh, God, that's a hard one. I guess if I were to cheat, it would be anything with cheese. It would be nice.
Yeah, I dig cheese. I'm usually, it's funny because I've been able to lose weight eating 2 things that most people can't. One is cheese, because I eat cheese almost every day. And so I don't know. I guess my body is good at dealing with cheese. And for a little while, I lost about 15 pounds eating a donut every day, which is the craziest thing.
What?
Yeah, isn't that nuts? Right? That's crazy. I know.
I'm not sure how I feel about you right now.
And I'm pushing 40 over here, so it's amazing I was able to pull that off.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what it was?
I think I'm gonna try that diet after this fight.
Yeah. Oh please, I don't want your coach coming and beating the crap out of me for giving you bad dietary advice. It's it's funny. So it was when I was on his donut kick. It was back in last year. It was December of last year, and long story short, I was at this event with John Jones, and I was talking to him. And he was on this like bodybuilding sort of kick at the time, and he was asking me what I had done to lose weight, and I was so nervous to give him any advice, because I'm like, damn, what if I give this guy advice, he goes and drops his next fight, everyone's gonna freaking hate me, right? So not that I think he would have taken my advice. He's like in way better shape than I am anyway, but so I've been stalking you on social media, because that's what I do, and it looks like you're into belly dancing. Is that right?
Oh yeah, I am. I did not hear that. Yes, I love dancing, and belly dancing is one of my hobbies.
How'd you get into that?
Well, from my background, we're Greek, so we do have a little bit of belly dancing in our background, and just there was an instructor in the area, so I started taking classes and been doing it for 7 years.
Wow. So have you been belly dancing longer than you've been fighting?
Definitely longer than I've been fighting. I've been doing it longer than Muay Thai. Yes.
Wow. So that's pretty cool. So has any of that sort of translated over to your Muay Thai game?
I think my balance and my flexibility. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. So Bruce Lee used to say, right? Bruce Lee was a cha-cha champion of Hong Kong.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he used to say that he could take any dancer and make him into a great fighter. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's I found that interesting. So how'd you make the jump from belly dancing to Muay Thai?
Well, actually, I used to do karate when I was younger, and it's not that I don't enjoy karate and what it does for you. It's just that I wanted to do something that was more in your face, more live action, more something that I actually have to defend myself from. So I found out there was a Muay Thai instructor, and I did some classes, and I was hooked after that.
That's awesome. So was that with your current team? This is
No, there was another instructor at one point, but he kind of fell off the grid, and then I was introduced to my coach, Crew Mark Clem, and I decided I really needed to fight.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It looks like you guys have a pretty solid gym up there.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I've spoken to a few folks from up there, and everyone says great things. So you're going to be excited to hear this because given your dance background and everything. So I spoke to Muhammad, who's the promoter for the show, and you guys are going to get the opportunity to do the Y Crew.
I'm sorry, we're going to be what?
You're going to get the opportunity to do the Y Crew.
We're going to do what? Oh, yay.
Yeah, right? That's pretty
cool.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So to add some more pressure, you got to practice that before.
Yeah. I've done it one other time. I did it for the Burlington fight, my last title fight. So I should be able to remember it.
Yeah, was that the first time you got to do the Y Crew?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know the earlier fight that I saw of yours was you're fighting in a cage.
Yep, that was the one in Wichita. Yeah.
How was that?
I've fought in one once before. It wasn't too bad. It's just you have a cage, not rope. It's not so bad at all.
But you prefer to be in a ring?
Yeah, I think so. It feels a little bit more open, a little less trapped.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd assume it's probably tough to cut someone off when you're in the cage, or at least a little harder. It's sort of the cage has got so many angles.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't seem too hard, but I think they're both pretty intimidating, to be honest. Every time I see them being set up and they're ready to go almost, I get like butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah, so describe that. What are your feelings right before your fight?
Oh, I go through a huge roller coaster of emotions the day of my fight, and it's usually revolved around being nervous, excited, or complete calm. But it's never just one. I usually go through one, and then the other one comes, and then I have the other one after that. So it's a huge roller coaster.
I think everyone's the same. Everyone's a roller coaster of emotions. It's if you're not, there's something wrong with you.
Right.
You're not human if you're not going through all that before
Probably
you
not.
fight. So, do you have any family in the area?
In Massachusetts or?
Yeah, in Mass or where you live.
Yeah, actually, I have a whole bunch of my father's side of the family lives in Haverhill, Mass, and I think a bunch of them are going to go to my fight, and then the rest of us live here or North Carolina.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask. I was going to see if you were going to get a big group of people to come out and cheer you on.
Yep, I think the big group of people are definitely coming.
That's got to be pretty exciting, right? After having fought in Wichita, Kansas, only having 5 people cheering for you.
Yeah, and that was just a surprise. I did not know there was going to be really anybody coming to the fight in Kansas.
Yeah, so how do you go about getting a fight in Kansas?
Oh, I don't know. That was my coach's doing. He's the magician on that part.
He just says fight, and you're like, all right, where? Let's
Yeah.
make it happen.
Yeah, I don't know how he figured that one out, but it was an awesome opportunity. They flew us over. They gave us 3 nights at a hotel. It was great.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, they probably expected you to go out there and not win, so you probably spoiled that for them. But you know,
yeah, darn.
So you've been fighting for how long now? About 3 years, 2.5 years?
Yeah, I think 2.5.
So I mean, you've amassed a 5-0 record. You've got a belt. You're about to go for your second belt. You know, so you're killing it. What are the goals?
The goals for this fight, or the goals in general?
In general, for your career as a Nak Muay.
That's a good question. I'm not even sure. I'm just kind of going with, what comes my way at this point. I'm only getting older, so hopefully I have a couple more fights that I can accomplish, and we'll see what happens.
You're talking like, you got a foot in the grave here.
No, I don't, but it catches up with you a little bit.
I think you and Liz are the same age, right? You just turned 30 this year, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But by the way, this is the only context in which you could start talking about a woman's age, and it's semi-okay.
And their weight, yeah.
And right? That's kind of funny when you think about it, right? So basically, some of the fighters, right? So you can talk to women that can probably kick the crap out of you about their age and their weight. It's just something hilarious about that. So, so you guys are about the same age. I mean, I've got a decade on you, so I hear you say 30, and you're talking about 1 or 2 more fights. I'm like, I still think you have a bit more to go. Do you have any aspirations to go professional, or is just you just want to rack up the amateur belts?
I feel like the idea of going professional is a fantastic idea, but I feel that I would need a lot more fights before I could even consider it. Yeah, I could see it. You feel like you need that experience to sort of feel comfortable taking it to the next level. Yep.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think that's one of the big detriments I think in the sport as compared to something like boxing. Boxing has this fantastic amateur program, and people get all these amateur fights before they go pro. Usually, you really don't get that in Muay Thai. There's some guys that can maybe amass here in the States, 20, 30 amateur fights. Yeah. But compared to boxing, where guys will have 300 amateur fights.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
But hopefully that'll change soon. It looks like, we have a shot at making it into the Olympics. Fingers crossed. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That was very exciting to see.
That is exciting. I think that will, aside from legitimizing the sport, I think, that could be sort of a gateway to having a more robust amateur program.
Oh, yeah.
So really get you guys fights. And, the great thing about staying amateur, too, is that you're likely to be able to get fights easier than as a pro.
That's true.
So if you really want to get that experience. So have you made your way out to Thailand yet?
Yeah, actually, I went there for 1 month before I started fighting. Oh, and that might have been one of the reasons why I really wanted to fight in the first place, to be honest.
Oh, tell me about that.
It was just a wonderful experience. I specifically went there to train. I trained twice a day. The gym was great. And I just loved it. It felt like I was at the right place at the right time doing the right thing.
That's awesome. What gym did you train at?
Jitty Gym. And that one's in Bangkok.
Got it. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to be there in a few weeks, so I'm pretty excited myself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my first trip.
Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I only get to be there for about a week or so because, that's all my wife would give me. But,
Damn.
It's all
You're not
good.
taking her with you?
No, so have kids
yeah.
Frankly, my wife has absolutely no interest in going to Thailand. whatsoever.
Oh, why not? It's so nice there, and everything's cheap and shopping.
You know what it is? It's that plane ride, right? And I can't even imagine doing
Yeah.
that with my kids. I actually rather have you and Liz take turns beating my face in than make that flight with my children. So
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yeah. We could actually probably do that for you if you want. After our fight.
I'm ugly enough as it is. I don't I don't think I want to take you up on that.
Gotcha.
One. But
okay. The offer's out there. It's on the table.
I'll think about it. I mean, after a few beers, So I am gonna go up there
Okay.
to see you guys fight. I'm pretty excited. I think it's gonna be a pretty awesome card.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
I'm excited to see the two of you guys go at it. I think it's gonna be an action fight. I actually think both of the main events are gonna be action fights, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. This will be the first time I get to use elbows, so I'm excited and nervous at the same time.
Yeah, so that's something I meant to mention. Yeah, so you guys are gonna get to use elbows. So this is your first time using elbows. So have you been practicing?
Yes, I have been. Again, still very nervous about it, but I've been learning a lot in this fight camp.
Yeah, I mean that elbows change everything, right? It's that's a whole
definitely different perspective.
Yeah, sure. I mean that's something else to consider as you if you do decide to clinch up and get closer, the elbow. So that should be exciting. And look, I've seen people even with the elbow padding, I've seen people get knocked out. With elbows, you don't see so many cuts with the elbow padding, but you still see people get knocked out. So it's always and by the way, the first time that one of you guys connects on an elbow, that place is going to explode. People love that.
Yeah.
The OAs are going to be like through the roof. People are going to explode the first elbow.
Oh, I'm excited to hear it.
Right? I'm getting you pumped.
Even if she's the first one to hit me, I'm still excited to hear it.
Oh yeah. I mean, plus think about it. That's like the coolest story, right? You could, no matter what happens, you can say, yeah, I got cracked with an elbow, and then I did whatever. Just a cool war story to tell.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So listen, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. This was awesome. I'm so glad that we were able to touch base. I think it's going to be a fantastic fight. From what I've seen of your fights, I think you are very talented. I think you and Liz are gonna put on a fantastic show.
Thank you.
And looking forward to getting to meet you guys in person, and to seeing some elbows.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited.
Any shout outs you want to give to your team?
Yeah, Baan Muay Thai, you're the best. And thank you, Crew Mark Clem, for everything you do for me.
Awesome. So stay warm. Hopefully the snow will subside, and we'll see you in.
Awesome. I'll see you then.
Take care.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.